Mr. Chen from Kyoto University. He will deliver a speech under the title of Sustainable Japan. Sustainable Japan. So, Mr. Please come up to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Good afternoon, honorable judges, questioner, and hello, ladies and gentlemen. On March 2011, strongest earthquake ever recorded in Japan history struck Tohoku region, claiming lives of approximately 20,000, causing severe damages. 3 years have passed. Japan is still very slowly to recover from these disastrous setbacks. Why? The main reason is due to Japan's fast shrinking population, and this is the real crucial problem that is affecting Japan as a whole and long term. So in today's speech, I would like to discuss about the concept of sustainable Japan together with all of you. Now, historically, Japan's large population has contributed to its dynamic economic output, provided a well-educated workforce along with a large domestic market. In year 2010, the total population in Japan is about 128 million, but 24% is over 65 years old, and this total number is set to fall below 100 million in year 2050. What will be the consequences? Firstly, the shortage of workforce. Agricultural industries such as farmers are facing the crisis of shutting down. Secondly, the burgeoning of government debt, decrease in taxes. More taxpayers are needed to sustain national expenditure such as medical and pension schemes. Couples delay getting married. The high cost of burden and parenthood are among the main reasons. Facing this silent but severe crisis, what could you do? The only discourse is to open the immigration faucet, accepting foreigners into your society. Now, besides easing the crisis of population, expanding immigrants could also bring in new ideas, languages, and cultural skills. Allow me to show you a concrete example. United States, with population more than Japan, but still lets in 225,000 foreigners with special skills every year, because there is a recognition that talented foreigner is contributing to innovation. Indeed, the Forbes reported that 40% of the top firms and 25% of all high-tech startups in the US are basically founded by foreigners. Smart immigrants could definitely boost Japan's capacity to innovate and create new wealth. Second, global networks. Now, although staying in Japan, most foreigners are likely to maintain contact with their home country, doing import and export businesses, contribute to burgeoning trade and investment needs. Now, by looking at all these advantages, Japanese government realized that it is time to take proactive decisions. During the past decades, many efforts were launched to attract foreigners coming to Japan. Lowering the bar for visa application, attractive salaries are provided to foreigners, experts such as scientists and engineers. In fact, announcements and signboards in English can be now commonly seen in many public places, such as train stations and parks. Despite all this effort, foreigners like me still find it very difficult to fit into your society and eventually fled away from Japan in a great disappointment. Why? All these policies are good, but came in too sudden, and there isn't sufficient platform for us to know each other well. Integrations of a very two different systems is not a one-way street. Either side of us must work to learn and accept others' diversity and perspective. Therefore, the next phase of effort should focus on creating more platforms at the citizen level for Japanese and foreigners to interact and know each other well. Allow me to show you some of the new initiatives. Now, every year, many Japanese universities start to organize an event called International Culture Expo. Now, foreign students from different countries will gather together, set up their own booth, designing their store in a very creative way, hanging their national flags, accessories that symbolize their national identities. On these days, we are exposed to various types of uniqueness from different countries around the world. We can try the food, dresses, and opportunity to communicate with students from different countries, and enjoy performances such as traditional dances with their musical instrument. Now, in fact, many city governments also start to enlist foreign cultural event as an annual event. For example, Bali Night, a huge Indonesian culture event held in Osaka, especially a demonstration called Wayang Kulit, a performance of a shadow puppet theater, impressed the Japanese the most. Now, host family system is also being introduced, in which the retired Japanese family will adopt a foreign student and live together as a family for a short period. Now, during the living together process, both communities will be able to enjoy more daily activities together, have a more in-depth communication, and hence more in-depth, deeper understanding. I hereby now encourage all of you in the future to actively participate in all these events if there is an opportunity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the theme for today's speech contest is Beyond the Borders. Today, I'm standing here to deliver this speech as crossing a nation and cultural border. I believe that there are changes that we, together, can lead to make a better planet we want to live in. As Martin Luther King says, take the very first step in faith. Now, I have taken my first step to be here. With this faith, I will return to my homeland with. This is the faith that I will return. With this faith, may you and the future foreigners will be able to work together, to pray together, and struggle together to ensure the sustainable nation longevity. God bless Japan. May God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We would like to move on to the question and answer session. Ms. Marimoto, please.
Hello, and thank you for sharing your ideas about how Japanese people can learn from diversity. My first question is, to have more foreigners come to Japan, the government needs to take actions that you mentioned. In your opinion, what are the factors that attract foreigners to come to Japan in the first place? Like, I hear that the things that we take for granted, such as culture or food or punctual trains, are very surprising to foreigners, and that's some of the things that foreigners like about Japan. But what do you think are some attractions for foreigners to come to Japan?
There are two types of foreigners coming to Japan. One is the foreigners that are seeking for a better future. So comparing to the third world country like Africa, so Japan is definitely a better place for them to live. So that is one of the factors. So Japan is a much better country for them. So the factor is to seek for a much better life, more comfortable life, compared to the severe condition in Africa like poverty, starvation. The second group of foreigners is the talented foreigners, the skilled foreigners, the intelligence, the experts. So these are the foreigners. What the factor that is the advancement of Japan in different industries. For example, like technological advancements. So these kind of foreigners come to Japan with a dream that they hope to achieve something. They believe that Japan is the land of the dream. They believe that Japan is the land of innovation. That's why they come here. To study, to learn, to achieve their dreams. So that are the two major factors.
Okay, so that sounds like, that was how the United States attracted many people, like to reach for an American dream, but you feel
Yes.
that the same thing is happening here.
That's true.
Okay, my next question is, I'm sorry to say this, but there are some people who might say that bringing more people to Japan may make it difficult for Japanese people, such as less jobs available or
Yes.
Globalization. People say we bring in crimes as well.
Yes.
So what would you say to these negative feelings that some people may have?
Now, 2 points here from your question. The first point is job employments. Basically, there's no employment conflicts. For example, now Japan is organizing Tokyo Olympics, so they need huge number of construction workers. However, Japanese youth now doesn't want to get involved in this job because of the physical demanding and low-paying jobs. So there is a less recruitment in the case of labor force for certain types of industry. So therefore, in this situation, the Japanese government recruit foreigners based on specific industry. For example, like construction workers, they recruit. So such kind of policy will create no employment conflict because the local people refuse to work in this field. The second thing is, some of the Japanese companies start to clearly differentiate the job employments for Japanese people and also the job employments for foreigners. Because some of the companies would like to expand their international business. They want to recruit people that can speak English, and they want to recruit people that have connections with certain countries such as Southeast Asia, China, Korea. So these are the vacancies that they are targeting certain foreigners. So therefore, there's no job employment conflicts. And the second point in your question is about the crime rates. Basically, there are two controversial statistic reports. One is the statistic report announced by the Japanese government, which shows that there is an increase in the crime rate. But the white report submitted by the National Police Agency of Japan, NPA, shows that since 1992, there is no sign of increment of the crime committed by foreigners. In fact, it decreased by 12.8% since the year 2008. So therefore, I don't think that these 2 points are going to hamper the policy of immigration.
Thank you very much.